Good evening, everyone. Um, I took a couple days off here because unfortunately I was dealing with a medical emergency in the family. All is well, though. I'm going to talk a little bit about that in a second. But first things first here, I want to announce that I have joined the Walworth County Republican Party. I attended the monthly meeting um, on Thursday, um, which was great. Got to introduce myself to people and hand out some copies of the Wisconsin Conservative Digest. And because I wasn't an elected official, I wasn't able to address the group as a whole. I'm sure there was going to be a meet and greet scheduled at some point, a future event for presidential debate as well. So, looking forward to all that. And I'm happy to be a member of the party in Walworth here. I'm hoping that my experience will be a little bit better than it was in Waukesha County. I'm not going to get into all of that, but yeah, no, it's all good on that front. Um, Certainly can't be accused of not being a member of the party now. So as I mentioned, I had a little, or I didn't, but my fiance had a health scare, ended up in the hospital overnight, and I'll be honest, that's the kind of experience I'm sure a number of us have had where, everything that you think matters all of a sudden just kind of goes to the wayside. And I was thinking about that in particular during the meeting in Walworth, for the Walworth County GOP, when they were talking about the importance of electing Republicans and the typical partisan stuff. And I'll be honest, correct me if I'm wrong, but when you're in a situation like having a loved one in dire need of help, whether or not somebody is a Democrat or a Republican or what their stance is on any particular issue does not matter. The only thing that matters is whether or not you're going to help me, help my loved one, whether you're competent, whether you care enough to pay attention to what's going on. And there again, I'm sure we've all had experiences in the hospitals and checkups where it didn't necessarily seem like the doctors and nurses were listening or cared as much as we would prefer them to. But for the most part, I mean, everybody, when it really matters, everybody steps up and is there to help, and that's all that really matters. Alexa, turn off. Gosh darn robots. I hope the robots care as much in the future. Lord knows they're going to be in charge of a lot of stuff. So anyways, yeah, but no, that is also, for the most part, water under the bridge. She's back home, and all is well there. But again, my mind goes to some of the attacks on me for my record, and I would like to address that. It was brought up at the meeting, and here again, gentleman was talking about D-Day and honoring the men and women that has sacrificed all for the country. And I said to one of my friends, it's interesting, we're not honoring those people because of their virtue or because they lived lives that were free from controversy. We honor those men and women because of their bravery and their sacrifice. And I think that's an important thing to keep in mind when we are thinking about our future and about electing our leaders. There are those who would tell you that, the safest thing to do is just simply elect somebody that is going to be, a role model and good at public speaking and has a clean criminal record. No worries. Elect the person with the whitest, cleanest shirt. I don't know if that matters. Perhaps it matters in certain times and in certain places, having somebody that could be a role model. I certainly aspire to be a role model to the kids that I have in my life, and for my peers and people around me. I certainly don't want to be the jerk in the room. But there are also times where grit and courage and sacrifice is required. And I certainly wouldn't compare myself to the men and women who died on D-Day, or and who have sacrificed in other of our national conflicts. But I am offering myself as a representative to the citizens, not because I think I am the guy with the cleanest record and whitest shirt. It's because I really feel that we need people that will go to Madison and stand up for what's right, to be bold, to speak out, and to enact change, because change is needed. Doing the same old is not working. And if you saw my my post on Facebook, I actually posted an old clip from Milton Friedman, who I've always remembered from my days as a teenager. I read a lot of his books. And in that interview he had with Phil Donahue, I believe, he said, where are you going to find these angels to organize our society? It is better that we have a free market with men and women pursuing their interests, and, be they devils or saints, as long as we are free to organize and pursue our own interests, a rising tide will lift all boats. And that is what we should be striving for. And not just lifting up those who we perceive, and I emphasize that word, it's perception more than anything, that we want to believe our leaders are honorable and righteous. And, sad to say, that's probably not always the case. So better that we fight for freedom and liberty so that the common men and women get to keep more of what they have earned, and we control the large institutions that would, lead us astray otherwise, with the massive spending and deficits. Last thing here that I'm going to say, and then I'm going to check out, is there is a big announcement coming from my campaign. Stay tuned. I can't speak much about it, but I am hoping that it will have an impact statewide. So this has to do with some data that I'm going to release, and it's going to be something that I hope can be utilized by individuals like myself who are fighting the good fight and taking on the establishment. Incumbency is the hardest currency in politics. It's very difficult to unseat people that have been in office for a long time, because they have name recognition, they have resources at their disposal, and I am going to try to level the playing field in the coming days. So keep an eye out for that. Last thing, actually, is QR code. Donate, please. If you can, I don't know if this is going to show up well on the video, if it's going to be large enough, perhaps not. If not, this QR code will take you to my donation page, givebutter.com/the race for change. I got $55. Thank you to whoever donated that. Much appreciated. I've ordered my signs. I'm good on that front for a while, but otherwise I do need donations. And, like I said, Robin Vos, he's going to raise $500,000 for this race. So I need to keep up a little bit there. So again, givebutter.com/the race for change. There's the QR code. I'm going to check out for the night, but I wish all of you the best. And until next time, take care of yourselves. Good night.